Gentlemen, welcome back. Today we are doing part 2 where we're fitting the new head and head gasket back, well, the reconditioned head and new head gasket back onto the little Bantam. What I've done is I've just polished up the head using a piece of straight edge and 1000 grit wet and dry sandpaper with a little bit of paraffin on it. Make sure you've got all the gunk and water and oil and stuff out of the head stud holes. Make sure there's no loose particles in the pistons. Number one's on top, dead center. Then we can start by inserting our little alignment pins, what do you want to call it, studs. Get them into their place. The new head gasket, you'll see there's a little mark on there. I don't know if you can read that. That says Auburn/top. So the text must be fine. You can't read the mirror image of this. So make sure that's the top end. That shows you what's on top and what's underneath. So, and then we can just start by putting the head gasket, making sure that there's nothing on the mating faces. Take a piece of cloth, make sure, take the time, take the effort, making sure that everything's nice and clean. Like I said, just make sure there's no carbon on there. Although you can see these marks, these marks, you will have to dig the block to get them out. But there's no more carbon on here. I made sure that all the carbon was taken off. So once again, just go through your piece of wire there. The wire is holding the cam chain up. Come on. And now the gasket can lay on its place there. So, gasket's nice sitting on its place there with the markings to the top. Okay, and now we can put the head back on. As you can see, they let me just turn it around so you can see they've decked there, done the valve seats. Got everything nice and squared up again. So now we can, this is actually where you need two people. There we go. There we go. Head's on its place. Gasket's in between. Now we just need our new set of head bolts. Okay, so now we can start putting our head bolts in. They all go in dry. There's two sizes. There is the 11mm and a 8mm sitting on that side. One of the guys on the internet in part 1 asked me what size it is. It's a T55 torque socket that fits on there. So there we go, T55 torque socket. Making sure everything's sitting on its place. Okay, we'll get to these in a minute. Okay, so on the ROCAM we do the head stud torque in 4 stages. The first stage we will torque all of the 12mm head studs, or head bolts, not head studs, head bolts, to 40 Newton meters starting on this side. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn them down just to save us some time here. So that they all mate with the head, just finger tight. So when they did that, they schemed the head, cut the valve seats, put in new valve stem seals, put everything back together again. So we'll just make sure that we torque the cam back on. Okay, so now that we've got that done, we've set our torque range to 40 Newton meters. And we start on the inside, and I want to say work in a spiral outwards. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come on. Once again, it's T55 torque socket. There we go. Now we need to do the two little 8mm bolts. They are a T40, also going in dry. The thing is, guys, the torque spec changes if you oil the bolts up. So then you actually could over tighten them with an aluminium head. On this side in sequence we will also just tighten them up. You'll see I'm using the smaller torque wrench now because that's sort of mid-range. Try and keep to the mid-range of your torque wrench, that's where it's most accurate. Come on. Once again, just bringing them down. These are a T40 torques. And you have to have the long one, otherwise it doesn't fit in there. I've got a half an inch of it as well, and I had to go and buy a new one. Okay, so next up we need to, the third stage is torquing the two M8 bolts to 45 degrees on top of what we've just done. This is my little angle indicator. It's half inch, so I had to get creative, going 3/8 to half, half to 3/8 back into the socket again. But I think now we can take, no, we're going to leave the extension in. And for this one we're going to use a power bar because we do not want to overstretch our torque wrench. Oh, come on. So we have to take out the extension, otherwise it's not fitting. Okay. Right, so now we have to put another 45 degrees on here. So what we'll do is I've already put in the little foot thingy there. So you take that one to where it sticks, somewhere like that. There we go. And then we set the dial to 0. And now we can go through another 45 degrees. There we go. Now we can take the other one and try and go to the 45 in one motion. There we go. And now the headache starts, because now we need to put another 120 degrees on all of these head studs. Okay, so whoa, once again, almost axed it up. Remember to go in the direction that, oh, in the sequence that we started off on. And another 120 degrees. One, two. This really takes the guesswork out of it. Come on. Two, and the last one, 10. There we go. And now the head starts on top. Okay guys, they installed the cam for me, but I don't know if the torques are done. So what we will do is we will torque them down to 9 Newton meters as per the workshop manual, but you will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you start in the middle. They are definitely tight. Alright. There we go. Everything's up and we are... Oh, that's one thing I forgot. Our piston on number 1 top dead center and our camshaft is also lining up on number 1 top dead center, so that we can carry on that. Okay, so that is the head now back onto the block. From here on, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fit the inlet manifold and the exhaust manifold. They just go back in the sequence that we've taken them off. If you haven't seen that video, go and check up in the corner somewhere. I'll link it in there, and you can see how we took it apart. Gentlemen, there we go. I've put on the intake manifold, the tappet cover, busy doing all the wiring and stuff back on again. As you'll see, the exhaust manifold's not on yet. I'm waiting for spares. I've got 2 studs that, well, the one I broke off and both of them are stirrupped out, so we're fixing that. Waiting for that, and as you can see, the gearbox is still out. Now that's part of the third part of this series on the Bantam, where I'll be changing the timing chain, but you'll have to wait for that one. But other than that, the head gasket's in and on its place, just tidying up the wiring and pipe work, etc., plumbing and wiring. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please like, comment, ring the little bell, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, stay safe.